Aswadhamya Anyam Sahastarana Shravana Swadhadi Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam. Hari Om. We are blessed today with the presence of Mahatma Shantananda Puri Swami here in our midst. All of us know that this ashram, Chinmaya Tapovan, is a blessed one. Years ago, there was only one small house in this vast compound. At that time, Sri Subramanian of Mudapallu stayed here for 2 years, doing meditation, conducting satsangs, and publishing one Adhyatmika magazine named Gopalakrishna. He had to go back to Mudapallu and his presence was essential. A few years later, he left Kerala, took Sanyas, and thereafter lived in the Himalayas. Known as the glory of the Himalayas, Pujya Swami Tapovan Maharaj spent his time in the snow-clad Himalayas. Among his disciples, Gurudev Swami Chinmaya is the most known one. In late 70s, Pallakad Chinmaya mission bought this sacred land, more sacred to the Chinmaya mission, and built this ashram, named it in the apt way Chinmaya Tapovan. Now, this sacred place is blessed again with the auspicious presence of Sampujya Swami Shantananda Puri. No doubt, God continues to shower blessings on us. Swamiji used to be the Acharya for Bhagavata Saptaham all over India. Last time when he came here, we had the blessings to listen to his discourse on Bhagavatam. Nowadays, he spends most of his time at Mangalashram, Tiruvannamalai. Our Acharya, Swami Asheshanandaji, refers to him as Mahatma and Jivan Mukta. On behalf of Chinmaya Mission, we extend to you, Swamiji, a warm and cordial welcome. We are honored by his presence. I also welcome the distinguished guests who have come with him. With your help, we could arrange this satsang with the great Mahatma. A warm welcome to all of you. Hari Om.
Om Mahaganapadaya Namah. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Thapagaita Dharmasya Sarvadharmasarupine Avataramrishtaya Ramakrishna Te Namaha. I bow to the sacred memory of our beloved and most respected Gurudev, Swami Chinmaya Maharaj, and also to the memory of Swami Tapovan Maharaj, and also to the memory of Swami Sivaratri Maharaj, where he took Sanyas. எனக்கு தமிழ் അറിയാനില്ല അധികം. മലയാളത്തിൽ സംസാരിക്കാൻ പ്രവചനം ചെയ്യാൻ വളരെ പ്രയാസമാണ്. I shall talk in English if you don't mind. And English was the beloved language of your Gurudev also. Well, last time when I had the privilege of coming here on the Samadhi day of revered Gurudev, Swami Shantananda Maharaj, I was talking on pure Jnana. I was quoting from Brahma Sutra, the various sutras. But today, somehow, I was dictated from inside that I should talk on Bhakti, which is pure love and faith in the Lord. Somebody asked me a question from one of the Jivan Muktas of recent past, sometime in 1945, when Swami Uriya Baba of Vrindavan, they asked him, because Uriya Baba was a thorough Advaitin, he was absolutely a philosopher of the first order. So they asked him, Swamiji, is Jnana greater or Bhakti greater? Out of the two, which you think is greater? Well, the question, undoubtedly Bhakti is greater. Oh, then what about Jnana? In Jnana there is no greater, smaller, there is no bheda, there is no difference at all. And Jnana alone remains. And Jnana is the ultimate Lord itself. This is how he replied. See, when you start with Jnana, you will end in Bhakti. When you start with Bhakti, you will end in Jnana. How? You begin to love a person on hearing him just as Rukmani did. Rukmani had never seen Krishna at all. And people like Narada, the great sage, they used to come for a satsang and they used to talk a lot about the various glories of Lord Krishna. On hearing it, Shruva Gunan Bhavana Sundara Shinvatante, only by hearing, you know, the entire our spiritual ladder, it starts with Shravana, Manana, and stops with Nididhyasana, which takes us to the Lord. So, you hear, and she began to love. When she began to love, she wanted to find out who is Krishna, where is he, how is he, in what college did he graduate from. So the person whom you love, you would like to know everything about him. So you get the jnana ultimately. Or supposing you know a person, you have been with him, you know him very well, and when once you know all his glories and his loving compassion, his loving behavior towards all, irrespective of whether the other man even hates you, well, you will begin to love him. So bhakti ends in jnana, jnana ends in bhakti. Without jnana, bhakti is blind. Without bhakti, jnana is lame. If they join together, the lame man goes and directs the blind man, sits on his shoulders, both of them go to the destination. Alright, what actually is bhakti? Well, I cannot quote from no less a person than Narada from the Narada Bhakti Sutra. What actually is bhakti? He says, Parama Prema Rupa Bhakti Ritvichyate. It's an intense love. I have heard of love. What is the difference between love and intense love? Well, the love happens to be of three varieties. The first, when you are a young man, it starts with moha with the body. At the body level you like her and she likes you at the body level, and there is a very ordinary third rate of love. And in that love, you never rise, you always fall. That's why they say they fell in love. They don't say they rose in love. Because it leads to a fall. But if you further go up, then the two minds are similar. You go to a restaurant and order a pizza for her. Oh my Lord, I was just thinking of pizza. You have read my mind. So both were thinking of pizza. And supposing both are sitting by the side of the Ganges under the Himalayas, then the wife says, I say, see this place, how nice it is. I would like to stay here all the night. What do you say? Yes, exactly, you have taken the words out of my mouth. I was about to tell the same thing. So there, the minds are one. But what is the intense love? The first side of love is that where the lover is not separate from the beloved. Beloved and the lover, the man and the woman are one and the same. They are identified with each other. They don't at all think that they have got a separate mind or a separate. They are identified. Eki bhuta. Kavi says, Prema ki gali badi sankari, dona samaya joy. The lovers lay a lane leading to the destination of the highest happiness. It is so narrow that only one can go. In other words, both the lover and the beloved become one. And so then only they can travel on the train. So that is the case where that is intense love. And it is told in our Vedas, when you are doing worship of Lord Shiva, how should you do? Shiva Bhutva Shivam Yate. You become Lord Shiva and then you think that I am Lord Shiva. I got the matted hair, the Ganges is there, the moon is there, Namah Shivaya, Namo Haraya, Namah Shambhave. So you think of yourself as the Lord. That is why Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when he was doing puja of Bhavatarini, the Kali, the Dakshina Kali of Dakshineshwar, sometimes he will forget himself. He will take the flowers and he will put Om Sivaratri Namaha, Om Sri Maharajji Namaha, Om Sri Sivaratri Namaha. People were aghast. Hey, he is not doing the puja of Kali. What an ahankar he has got, what an ego he is putting on his own head. It is not ego. That is the highest love, where he has identified himself with Kali. And sometimes when the Naivedya offerings are there for the Lord, for Kali, he will forget himself, he will take it and then say, Sabash, today the khichdi is so nice. Hare, it is the Naivedya has been polluted. Not at all. It is the mother who has eaten through him. And not no Ramakrishna has eaten it. So that is the stage to which we have to reach. The beloved and the lover has to be one. When you think of the Lord, when you think of Lord Krishna, Orth Krishna nahi. You will think of him and you become Krishna himself. That is the way to, so long as you see Lord Krishna separate from you, oh Krishna, then, well, we have not reached the highest stage at all. It is not Parama Prema, it is not fully Bhakti. And Bhakti is such, you're all aware of the famous story that Pundanam approached Narayana Bhattacharya. He didn't have a very good knowledge of Sanskrit. He wrote something, there is no vibhakti at all, and all that, and he took it, Bhattacharya, so please go through this and please correct it. He went through it. Hey, it is beyond correction, it is horrible, there is no vibhakti at all, take it. He was extremely sorry. He went home, he was weeping. Oh Krishna, you accept everything, but you can't accept my incomplete work where I am unable to write. That night, Lord Krishna went into the dream of Narayana Bhattacharya and told him, Hey, I don't want your Bhakti, I want only Bhakti. So that's the Bhakti. And what can I say? And the best Grantha, the best text which completely explains in detail with so many illustrations that what Bhakti is and how the intense Bhakti is done by the Bhaktas. It is called Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam is not an ordinary Purana. It is not an ordinary epic. Ramayana is there, Mahabharata is there, but don't put Srimad Bhagavatam in the same category. Why? What is the speciality in it? When Lord Krishna told Uddhava, the work for which I came to this world, Bhumi Bhara Avataranam, that Bhumi Bhara to lessen the burden of the Mother Earth, it has been completed. People are waiting for me at Vaikuntha. So, I am soon enough, I am going to leave the body and I shall go back to my original Dhamma, to the Vaikuntha. Then Uddhava is shocked. He never thought a day will come when Krishna will disappear from sight. Oh Lord, she tells Krishna, see here, so many bhaktas have you have taken your Divya Mangala Vigraha, the Vigraha even to look at which, your face, to look at which will take away all the sins of the world. It used to give all auspicious to the people. It was Sarvamangala. And they have been having it for their meditation and dhyana, and they have been only thinking of it, and many of them have tried to become Krishna himself. At this stage, if you want to leave the world, Tadvirihita Bhakta Katam Stasandi Bhutale, they will all leave their, everybody will commit suicide. You will be responsible for that. Remember. So, you should think of them. Don't be selfish that you want to see your Lakshmi and I want to go to Vaikuntha. Look at these millions of people who have been thinking of you, and when once you see that your body is gone and we are going to burn it off, they will say, oh my Lord, we thought he was a God. He has also got a mortal body. He is out. Who will know about your glory? Who will know that you have gone to Vaikuntha? So, please reconsider your decision. The Lord said, yes, Uddhava, this is the right point which you have reminded me. So, what did he do? Thirodhaya pravishtoyam sakshat bhagavatarnave saishahi bhagmayi shakti pratyaksham vartate hare. Immediately, Krishna disappeared from Uddhava's side. He became fully the Vani Shakti. He is all the powers, the power of the mechanical energy, the heat energy, the electrical energy, the electronic energy, the magnetic energy. It's all he. Light, sound, heat, all the energy. He can convert himself in any form. He said, that Vani Shakti, the power of speech, well, I shall completely focus on myself and become the power of speech, and I am going to enter into the big ocean of Srimad Bhagavata, shloke. In every shloka, in every pada, in every syllable, I am going to be pratyaksham vartate hare. I will not be hidden there. People who have got eyes to see, they can see me in every shloka there, in every verse. And she entered into them. Is there any other grantha where it says the Lord himself has entered into the text? That when you read a shloka, the Lord himself is playing in your mouth? Is there any other text? Have you ever heard of it? Either in Sanskrit or any language, in Latin, Greek, anywhere in the world where God has entered into a text, it is the only grantha of its kind. It is the only text of its kind. And that is why you read one shloka, you are getting the Lord personally. Pratyaksham vartate hare. Well, there is the glory of Srimad Bhagavata. It has got 18 parts, 12 parts. It is called skandhas. There are 12 skandhas. They are not simple stories. There are a number of stories like, and they are all arranged in like a sopana marga, a staircase. The first step starts in the first, where it says how to get a guru. You can't advertise in your network, wanted a guru who will not take a pipe from me and who is fully immersed in Brahmanishta, who is immersed in the Brahman alone and is always thinking of God and nothing but God. Can you advertise? And will you believe a man who says, yes, I am qualified, you can interview me. The Shishya interviewing and then selecting a guru. It cannot be. The first one is called the Adhikari Skanda. Who is eligible to get a guru? So that the guru will knock at your door. You need not have to go to a guru. When you are ripe, when Dhruva was ripe and is going to the forest, Narada himself came. He never advertised the network. And when Parikshit was so mature, he thought, oh my Lord, all the great Mahatmas, they have all assembled in this place. Parashara's son, Vyasa. Oh, this is something great. Definitely somebody will tell me a method in which within 7 days, I have to die within 7 days. Within 7 days, I shall be able to reach Krishna. I will get into the Krishna consciousness. So positively, his hopes rise very high. And he asked, Purushasya kartavyam Brahmanasya sarvata yat kartavyam atho jahapyam. A man at the door of death, tell me what he has to do, what japa I have to do, what homa I have to do, what havan I have to do. I want God within these 7 days, please. I am so sorry, I have been so careless in all these 7 days, but you are all so great, you will give me a condensed course. I am sure you should be able to, an instant course where I should be able to get God within 7 days. The fellow said, this fellow, all his life he has been hunting, he has been enjoying life, and now in the last minute when he knows he is going to die, he says, give me God within 7 days, as if God is so cheap. But being a king, they don't tell. Avanatavastaka, with their head down, they are all simply sitting. He sees every face. There is no face among them where people with 50,000 years of life, 60,000 years of life, and people with 20 feet dadis and with 18 feet dadis, they are all sitting there. But none of them holds out any hope. Parikshit, I guarantee you, no fellow. The grandson of Parashara, the son of Vyasa, the Shukadeva comes and says, Parikshit, your longing has brought me here. Your inside has burst into pieces when it found there is nobody who could guide you to the Lord within 7 days. God is not a very big affair. If you have got his sincerity, if you have got that love, you can get him instantaneously, like instant dosa and instant coffee. And you have to work for it, for that instant to come. And then it can be God. So he says, you hear what all he says in 7 days. Shravanamatren labhyate. You can get the Lord, I guarantee you. Who can ever say? His father could say, Vyasa is sitting with head down. His grandfather cannot say, Parashara, he is also sitting with head down. The grandson, a young boy, Sukumara Dehaha, Vikirna Kesha, he is an Antyashrami. He doesn't come under Sanyasi. He doesn't come under Grihastha. He doesn't come under everything. Beyond Sanyasi, beyond Paramahamsas, beyond all, there is a category called Ativarnashrami. The one who has gone beyond the Varnashramas. He never even has his Upavita, he did not have. And there have been only about 11 to 12 such people since the world started starting from Vamadeva and going through Shuka and then Jadabharata, etc. And the latest of its kind, which some people have seen in person, who left his body in 1950, was Bhagavan Ramana. He belongs to that category. He never took sannyas. He belonged to that category. And now the entire Bhagavata is full of simple stories. They are not stories. Each one is a lesson for you, spiritual lesson for you. Otherwise, a man who has guaranteed, well, by the 7th day you are going to get your moksha. You just hear me. On the 5th day, he is telling about kidnapping of a girl, just like a common man. Do you mean to say by hearing the kidnapping of a girl you will get your moksha at any time? It is simple gossip. But it is not the kidnapping of a girl. What is Rukmini? Rukmini means the one who is of golden color. Rukma, Shatakumbha, Swarna, Kanaka, they are all Samanarthaka Shabdas. They all have the same meaning. There is gold, gold. And who is of golden color? In our Upanishad, the Jivatma which is there inside us, how it has been described? It has been described as Hiranmaya Purusha. Yeah, the Purusha who is golden colored. Angushtamatra is only of this size. This is the description of the Jivatma. So Rukmini represents the Jivatma. And that Rukmini writes a letter and sends it through a Brahmin. And the letter looks like a schoolgirl's letter to her classmate. What does the girl write? Tomorrow in the railway station I will be standing at 4 o'clock to catch the first Kovai Express. You be there. In case you do not come, you know what will happen? Go to the temple and see the temple tank. My body will be floating there. I will leave my body. Similarly, a suicide note, it comes. She says, Na labheta bhavat prasadam jahyamagam vratam Vatagrishan Shata Janma Visyat. Look here, if I don't get your grace in this birth, and if you don't come and rescue me from the Shishupalas, we have all been married from birth to birth only to Shishupala. What is Shishupala? Rearing of children. When I was 8 years old, my mother will call and tell me, hey, your small sister, she is not allowing me to, come on, take her and go around the village and come back after 1 hour. So I started with Shishupalatka when I was 8 years old. And then, when married, and when I used to come, our consort used to tell us, Shaitan, from morning onwards he was weeping and he is there all the night, he sleeps, and then during the daytime he doesn't allow me to sleep. Come on, here it is, you take it. You are coming tired from the office after working in the computer from morning to evening, now again Shishupala. Alright, now I have retired, at last I will be free from Shishupala. No, both your son and your Matipunne, whom they call your daughter-in-law, both are going to office. While going, they hand over the child to you. Appa, please see, yesterday you forgot to give the Horlicks. It is there in that corner. Please give it 1 o'clock positively. Again the same, Shishupala. We have always been married to Shishupala, but when once she has heard that there is somebody greater than Shishupala, that there is a Lord himself who is born, she says, now in future, na labheta bhavat prasadam, if I do not get your grace and if you do not come and marry me, you know what will happen? I will leave my body, I will commit suicide. How? I will only think of you. Even if it takes me 100 births, in every birth I shall think of you. I will not take my meals, I will do my vrata, anashana vrata, I will do my upavasa, and I will leave the body. Jahyamaham vrata krishan shatajanmi visyat. At last, after 100 years, after 100 janmas, after 200 janmas, one day your heart will melt, your compassion will come. Will you not come and take me? I will wait for the day. This is the love letter of the Jivatma to Paramatma. This is how you should love God. This is the thing. So these are the lessons which you are getting from Rukmani Kalyana, not the Vadapuri and all that was given for the marriage. Our Kathakas will go on saying Vadapuri, Padam, Papadam, and we will enjoy with that only. Enjoy the letter from the Jivatma to Paramatma. So, like this, every story has got its significance. I have written for every story what is the significance. In one of my very first books, I started with Bhagavata. My first book, A Message for the Modern Srimad Bhagavata, A Message for the Modern Man. It is there available in my website. I don't know my website number. Perhaps our president will be able to see, because I have given him my book in the last page. My website number is given. And so, in that Bhagavata, what is the summary of the entire Bhagavata? What is the essence of Bhagavata? The Vallabhacharya, the great founder of the Shuddha Advaita Mata. What is Shuddha Advaita? It is all Advaita, but the final God is not Brahman, it is not Atman, it is Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Krishna alone, and that is Shuddha Advaita. And there in his commentaries he has written, the entire essence comes in the 5 slokas of Vritrasura in the battlefield, where he prays to Adishesha, his God, before fighting with Indra. He tells Indra, this time the God is in your favor, he is himself with you, and your Vajrayudha, it has become much powerful because it has got the entire, the power of the tapasya of one of the greatest of Mahishis called Dadichi. And as such, my defeat is 100% predetermined, I am going to die. So, Indra, you wait for 10 minutes, I will just pray to Lord Adishesha and come back. In the battlefield, he sits with his cross-legged and then prays to Bhagavan. And the first sloka is, it is a summation of the entire bhakti in the world. You can know from there how our love to God should be. If only you love God, your faith will be 100%. We all say, yes, I got my Vishwasa, I got my faith. No, if time comes, we will not do what God says. There is one chap, one gentleman, he was an atheist, a full Nastika. He was once going on the Himalayan top. Suddenly he slipped down and fell down. Stepped down from one side. It was a sheer drop of 6,000 feet. And if he goes down, even his bones you cannot find. And halfway, he catches hold of the root of some plant. So he holds on to it, but he knows it may not last long. The entire plant will come up along with the root. He will fall down, then he will become rootless himself. So at that time, he tells, oh God, please save me this time. If only you save me, I will go from door to door, from house to house, and I will propagate the glory of you, the glory of the Lord. I will no more be a Gnostic. There is an Akashvani which comes. Hey, when people are in trouble, that's what they say. Again, when I rescue them, they will forget it. So, I'm sorry. He says, God, now that I have heard your voice, my faith has become perfect. I got 100%. You have now talked to me. So now there is no question of my faith. I have got 100% faith in you. Please, God. Alright, if you have got 100% faith in me, come on. The first step is, you leave your hold on the root, and then I will tell you what to do. Oh, Attara Prandallana. He doesn't want to leave. I am not so mad. So that is the faith, the 100% faith. And we all have it. That's all. Only to some extent we will say, Sharanam Ayyappa, Sharanam, Sharanam. But when once my son falls terrifically ill, and they are afraid of a tumor, I won't simply depend on God. I will go to a doctor who has come from USA. So that is the level of the faith you and I have got. That's not. So, she says, Taivargikaya sabhigatamasvat prabhur vidhante purushasya chakra tadonimeyo bhagavat prasadaha. She says, what are the purpose which we use this life for? Either we use it, well, I've been born in a family where I got a highly religious mind. So even as a boy, when I have got my own inheritance and my own money, I say, I am going to start a school for the blind. I am going to start a school for the anathas, for the orphans. I am going to build a temple. Well, you purchase a land, you begin to construct, somebody gets a stay order. The land is not his, he has taken from a wrong person, he is not the owner, I am the owner. Sir, please stop all constructions. The stay order has come. And 20 years you are walking to the court, the case is not decided. So, you started Dharmakarya, you find Vigata, you find Vigna, you find impediments, you find obstacles in the way, you are unable to carry out the motive in your life. Alright? Then some people want only artha. They want money, 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 wealth, wealth, wealth. So I go from here to Dubai. I said, yes, here they are going to pay me 5 times. Oh, I will make a lot of money. I will send 1/4. I mean, I will send 3/4 to India, 1/4 will do here. Then what happens? The second month, there they say Indians are not allowed to take the foreign exchange outside back. They have to spend it only here, Dubai itself. The law has come. Now, where will you save? So you cannot go back to Pallakad for health. So you started for artha. You are unable to proceed, an obstacle has come. Then, alright, dharma, artha, kama, for enjoyment. So the kama is the enjoyment of your desires. Well, I said, I want to have a nice car, a car worth 25 lakhs, not the small cars of nano and all these things. 25 lakhs, a beautiful car. I will sit, I will say, go, it will go. I will say, go to Chinmaya mission, it will go by itself. It's a remote control. You sat on the first day, it refuses to move. It refuses to move. Alright, you call the agent and say, sir, I think you have got into some accident, otherwise it has never happened in our cars. I am sorry, we will not be able to repay you, purchase another car. So you started for enjoyment purposes, it doesn't. You purchased a beautiful Voltas air conditioner, but the air conditioner did not work. You call the serviceman, he says, sir, I am coming this evening, and 20 days passed, the fellows have not come, he has given 40 reminders. Sir, we are sorry, sir, our workman has been fallen ill, he has got typhoid, sir, tomorrow he will come, sir. Tomorrow he never comes. So, Taivargikaya sabhigatamasmat. So these three, dharma, artha and kama, it is called Trivarga. The 4 motivations in our life. So when you are trying all your efforts for that, you don't succeed. Then what happens? I fall into depression. Oh my Lord, I try my best, I am not able to have dharma, I am not able to have artha, I am not able to have kama. What is the use of this life? Hey, don't become desperate. Tato nimeyo bhagavat prasada. You take it now. The God's blissful and compassionate eye has turned towards you. From now onwards, He is going to train you up to get the Lord, the highest happiness in the world that you can never have. Absolutely unmixed with any unhappiness, unmixed with any sorrows. unmixed with any trials and tribulations, you are going to have it. So, Tapovan, you take it from that the Lord's mercy has turned towards me. The Lord is now on my side. I am happy. What does it matter? I didn't get dharma, I didn't get artha, I didn't get kama. The one who is all, he is the Lord. He is all happiness. He is everything. If he wants, he can make me a billionaire. I do not billions. Lord, I want you alone. So, that was the first shloka. This is the first essence. That don't become desperate. The Lord, before He tries to bring you to Himself, He doesn't want your attention to be diverted by small things like the worldly goods. So He takes away your mind from it, so that now you can think of the Lord only, Bhagavan only, Krishna only. Then He starts with this prayer. Lord, I am going to die. And being an Asura, I am not getting my moksha positively, so I have to take my next birth. I require only one thing. In the next birth, Hare tava padai kamula dasanu daso bhavidasmi bhuyam manasmare dasupader gunamscha grinitava karma karotu kaya. She says, Bhagavan, She Hare tava padai kamula dasanu daso bhavidasmi. In the next birth, if I am born, I know being an Asura, I am not at all eligible to your bhakta. Bhaktan Mahanude Bhakta, Dasanu Dasa, that you can make me Lord. Let me become a servant in the house of one of your bhaktas. Let me become a servant in the house of Ambarisha. So, he is asking, Dasanu Daso, not only next birth, Bhuyaha, again and again, in a number of births I take, make me the Dasanu Dasa. And there is a way to get rid of our birth and death, the cycle of birth and death. You will automatically get your moksha if you get the satsang. And what will you do? Simply being the Dasanudasa, you will not get your moksha. You go on, going to a temple and doing service every day morning, put your broomstick and you wash it, you will not get moksha by that alone. What should I do? Gritava karma karotu kayaha. Let my vachana, let my mouth going on telling shlokas in your praise, and then let me do all this work. My body will do this work, but my mind will be at you. My mind will be at you. So please, Manaspare Rasupader Gunamche, my mind will be reveling in your glory. Ah, Krishna, how compassionate are you. You saved the Gajendra, is it not, Lord? What a compassionate person. So, Manasmare Dasupader Gunamscha, Grinitava Karma Karotu Kaya. Let this do automatically, the machine taking their vessels, washing them, doing that, it doesn't require our mind. So that them do, but the smarana should be there of you at all times, and my mouth should be telling all your praises. Vani guna dukathane. Same thing he asks here. Then, okay, Dasanudasa, you want me. What eligibility have you got? It means you love me so much. Can you tell me the extent to which you love me? The extent to which you desire me? He says, Ajata Paksha iva mataram kagaha. What shall he say, Lord? Have you seen early morning the small siblings of the birds, the small children of the birds? Till now their wings have not sprouted, so they cannot themselves fly anywhere. Only yesterday they have come out with the eggs, but God has given them a stomach, so they are feeling hungry. Father and mother has gone away at 4 a.m. itself to search for food and to bring them. It is now 7:30, 8 o'clock, breakfast time is over. Lord, Mummy, where are you? Daddy, where are you? Ajata Paksha, mataram khagaha. Then, what else? He says, Stanyam yada vatadarakṣudartha. The cows have been left at home and the cows have been taken to grazing outside. Normally they will come back by 4:30 and by that time they will be hungry and they will, the moment they come they will immediately run to their mother and they will try to take the milk from the udder of their mother. But today it is 5:30, 1.5 hours late, still the mothers have not come, the cows have not returned. So, Kshudartaha, full of hunger, they will be shouting for the mother. They won't get it. With what intensity they will be waiting for their mother. Lord, that intensity of this year I have. And then, Priyam Priye Vishudam Vishanna Manoravinda Archidikshate Swam. Krishna, I want to see you. I want to see you with that desire with which the husband has gone on tour to Bombay. The lady is at Pallakad. And he had told, I am coming back on Monday morning. And Monday morning has come. Whenever there was a taxi, whenever there was the sound of an auto, she will go to the window and see, perhaps my husband has come, my husband has come. No, this is not a taxi, it is something else. It is somebody's car, it is going away. So, with what longing that newly married wife will be waiting for her husband to return who has gone outside the city for quite some time. Well, with that desire, what else? What other examples I can give you, Lord? Well, you from this you can guess what desire I have got. With what intensity I am loving you, you can think of it. Not only that, Lord, nanaka prishtam nacha parameshyam. Don't give me, well, I will give you Sarvadipati, I will make you Chakravarti of all, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Lord, you keep it yourself. I don't want it. Nanaka prishtam, don't make me the Indra Padavi, saying the entire heaven is yours. I don't care, I don't want it. Nanaka prishtam, Naka means Surga. Don't give me Surga, Nacha Parameshyam. You don't send me to Brahmaloka. Damn care, I don't want the Brahmaloka also. Then, Na Sarvabhaumam, don't make me the king from Himalayas to the Kanyakumari. I don't care, I don't want to be Chakravarti. Na Rasadhipatyam, you see, Mahabali was sent down because the Atala, Sutala, Taratra, they are full of riches. Everybody want to become a billionaire. That is why so many scams and scandals. Every minister, every MPs are famous for what they are doing. I did not explain. Because money, riches. I don't want all those riches. I don't want to be the head in Tala, Sutala, Patala, nothing, don't care. So, that is how I want you. That is how I love you. Samanjasa Tvam Virahya Kamshe. I want you, I don't want anything else. Don't talk to me about anything else. See, an Asura, a born Asura with all Tamoguna in his mind, with what an intensity he can love, and we are all say we are higher born, more than a demon we are all human beings, and we say, somebody says, I am from this caste, I am a Kshatriya, I am a Brahmin. Are we not ashamed? We don't even think of him, not to speak of loving him. How many people I got? I don't have time. You know, at 8:30 I go in the morning, I come at 10 o'clock because this, I have to do a project in my this thing. All life you will be doing projects in that computer. What else are you here for? Is that the aim of your life? So, that is how I want you, Lord. And the last, he asked for another bow. How great. she again thinks. I said, let me be the Dasanudasa. The Bhagavan may think, this demon, if he becomes Dasanudasa, then my Dasas will be corrupted, they will become demons. So I don't want to corrupt them. So I don't want you to be Dasanudasa even. Then what? Then you may place me in the desert, you may place me in a lonely place, but never, never, never give me a place anywhere near Atmatmaja Dara Geheshu Asakta Chitteshu Dhanata Bhuyat. He says, Lord, even by mistake, do not put me among people who only think of their promotion, their life, they are getting the car, they are enjoying life, or people who think my son should become a minister, my son should become a big research scholar, my son should become this, my son should become that. Atmaja, Dara, my wife, I have to please her. There is a Nirganta Diksha, a famous Advaitin was there, he was his brother's son and he was a Divan. He retired. After retirement, in those days, a Divan never gets any pension. And then he has written one book, a beautiful book called Vairagya Sataka, just like Bhartrihari. There the first shloka he says, Yasya priti na ganitamidam jivitam va dhanam va yasya priti manasi galita jayasi mokshatopi. When he was a young man and when he was a divan, his wife said, I got one set of diamond mukti. I want a star like, that should be a mukti, but it should have so many stars and each star should have a diamond. Yes, tomorrow I will get you. Yasyam priti manasigalita jayasi mokshatopi. And if only she smiled, mukti is so great, this is moksha, this is all moksha, I don't want any other moksha. That's what I was thinking. And for pleasing her, na ganditamidam jivitam va dhanam va. I was not bothered about my life. The king told, oh Divan, if you work for 3 hours more or 4 hours more at night, I will pay you 100 rupees more. Very good, my wife will be so happy to get more money, so I will work. He didn't bother about his life. The man was already having a bypass operation. He cannot work hard, but he has to please. That's what they said. And that wife today, Vaisi Galite, Samprahini Chahite, Vitte, now that I have retired, now I am becoming older and my money is gone, my wife do not consider me equal to a trina, equal to a grass even. Oh my Lord, this is the first shloka of the Vairagya Sataka. This is how he laments. The second shloka is, my sons for whom night and day I have been teaching them maths, physics, chemistry, I was sitting with them and night and day without my food even, I was teaching them and they have all become top. Somebody came first in the entire state, somebody came first in the entire India. But now they say, what did you do for me? I was having Pratana Janmalabdha Pragyonmesha Ivachatanyaha. My sons do not even think of me. They say, what did you do? We are all having intelligence from the previous birth. Because of that, we were able to have a nice memory and we got marks. What did you do for us? Oh my Lord, you are my only refuge now, he says. And that is the Vairagya. So that is how we try to spend our life. Krishna alone is great. Think of Krishna. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. See, the Gita says, everybody is Vasudeva, everything is Vasudeva. You bow to every Narayana, every Vasudeva, all are Narayanas, all are Vasudevas. You get God. That's all. You consider everywhere, wherever you see, don't see Gulab Jamun, you see Vasudeva. Don't see Jalebi, you see Vasudeva. Don't see wife, you see Vasudeva. Then you are sure to get the Lord. Why not? And these are the slokas which Vallabhacharya says are the essence of the entire Bhagavata. Well, from jnana point of view, the entire essence of Bhagavata comes, I think, in the second skandha. There are 4 slokas. One speaks about Maya, one about Jagat Tattva. All those things are there. But from Bhakti point of view, these are the ones. And Bhakti is easier. Jnana, it requires a little pakvata, it requires maturity, it requires discrimination to distinguish between Atmavastu and Anatmavastu, what is godly and what is ungodly. So, how to get God through discrimination? That's a small story, I shall end with it. Michelangelo was a very great Shilpi. Shilpi means the one who prepares statues. We call them sculptor in English. He was a great sculptor. He was very poor, he was in a village. And there was a shop in his village where they were selling stones for preparing statues, for carving statues. And in that shop, there is a big stone which was lying on the road just in front of his shop. For 19 years, nobody was purchasing because it was not considered a good stone at all. One day Michelangelo approaches the man and said, "Hey, this stone has been lying here for such a long time. Nobody is purchasing. Can you give me at a concessional price?" He said, "Baba, no concession price, take it free. I want this place, I can put some good stones. It is horribly occupying a lot of space. You take it away." And he took it with pleasure. He took it home and prepared a beautiful Christ. When the Pope, when he heard of it, he was called some Pope Pius XI or something. He came along with his cardinals to his village, straight to Michelangelo's house to see that. He was simply stunned. He was going on standing for hours together there. I have seen Christ, I have seen 1,000 Christs, but nothing has been with us. Oh, my Michelangelo, I really congratulate you on your art. This news was splashed in all the newspapers. And that shopwala, he happened to read the newspaper. "Oh my Lord, it is my stone, that useless stone." And he got such a nice Christ for which Pope has come all the way. I never knew. He runs to the house of Michelangelo. "Michael, show me that Christ." He sees the Christ. He is shocked. "My Lord, out of my useless stone, he has carved out. Oh Michelangelo, how did you create such a Christ out of this useless stone?" He said, "My dear friend shopkeeper, I never created it, it was already there. I only took out what was not Christ. I just chiseled it out and the Christ alone remained." And this is called discrimination or viveka. You take out the anatma vastu, you take out what is not Lord Krishna in your body, and then Krishna alone remains. Krishna is always there in you. He resides there. And wherever you are taking His name, He is there. Madbhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtami narada. Wherever they are taking my name, I am there. And that is Lord Krishna. Jai Krishna. I stop with this. Hari Om Narayan. Satya Prajabhya Parivalayantam Najena Vakyena Himalayas Gobrahmane Vishvamstritha Loka Samasta Sikino Bhavantu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kachit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. All you tell, let nobody have any sorrows. Ma Kachit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. All say Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hari Om Narayan. In fact, it's a miracle that my throat cooperates with me. Often enough it rebels. It doesn't cooperate with me. It is like the modern boys who don't heed the father, the old father. But today, it was perhaps the mercy of your Gurudev that I was able to talk this much. Thank you all. Hari Om Narayana.